Well, hey guys, and welcome back to Minimal Effort. And I think it's safe to say that Disney is having a less than spectacular 2023. I mean, to be fair, it's been a trend of theirs for the last several years now that things are just kind of like, on a nosedive, and they're unable to right things, at least in their current state. They definitely don't seem to be making any choices that will put them on the right path to redemption. And it can be seen basically on their most recent box office bombs, the Indiana Jones film that flopped, their Pixar films that have been a disaster, their Marvel films and TV shows that nobody's watching. It's just created a lot of controversy around the direction that the historic business has taken things, the agenda that they're pushing, the messaging they're putting in their movies, the politics that they focus on, and choosing to get into a pissing match with the state of Florida over, their rights to the property on Disney World. There's just a lot of things Disney has screwed the pooch on. And that's resulted in their 9-year low of their stock price. I believe it's currently sitting at around $84 today, which is abysmal. I mean, this is a company that is, 10 years ago, they could do no wrong. I mean, they had money to spend, they were flush with cash, they were buying properties left and right, and, it seemed like they were on the right track. And clearly they've made some bad decisions. I mean, look at their Galactic Star Cruiser hotel. They spent $2.5 million per room, or at least took a hit of $2.5 million per room. I believe the reports coming out were that this hotel cost them hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions, once they decided to close it. And this is something that they anticipated being a huge moneymaker for them. I mean, it was supposed to be like this amazing destination weekend that ended up being an overpriced, bingo LARPing getaway for, a family of four. So now we've seen more of these agenda pushes by Disney. In spite of their stock tanking, in spite of everything just going poorly for them, they're still pushing the agenda. When you see things like men in drag at their parks, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why they would continue to push this agenda when their company is just plummeting as far as their value goes, I don't know. It seems like they just can't get over themselves. They can't pull their head out of their butt long enough to realize maybe it's time to reassess our priorities. And so now we're seeing them scrap even more things, movies, TV shows, 2 new ones that they were planning on that actually apparently are already filmed, if I'm not mistaken. One show called Spiderwick, which apparently was a film from 2008. I don't know. I never watched the Spiderwick Chronicles. By 2008, I was 22. So I had no reason to watch it. And then a movie about Captain Nemo, apparently, or a show about him. I don't know. That doesn't sound interesting, to be honest, but hey, it's something that they had already planned on. They spent money on it. They were filming it, and it's been completely scrapped. Not even to mention their Snow White movie, which supposedly is going to get delayed. Some people are saying canceled. It's most likely going to get delayed because of all the controversy surrounding Rachel Zegler. And now we have Ahsoka. Ahsoka, which is a character in the Star Wars universe that not a whole lot of people outside of those that watched the Star Wars Rebels cartoon would know much about. I was introduced to this character in the Mandalorian TV show. I thought she was pretty interesting. I liked Rosario Dawson playing the character, and she was pretty well received by fans. Well, this show is not doing great, and they're rolling out these member berries, trying to tease having Anakin Skywalker come back for the show for a special episode. It's kind of like a flashback, alternate reality, time jumping thing. But again, they tried this in the Obi-Wan TV show and it didn't work. Just bringing Hayden Christensen back did not pump the viewer numbers up. And as you can see, Ahsoka is currently below the Mandalorian Season 3 or Obi-Wan's viewership totals. It's just doing poorly. And I mean, I haven't tried watching it, to be honest. I've pretty much noped out of anything Disney and Star Wars. Most people that have watched it have said it's pretty boring. It's basically just more of the same forces female, agenda-driven crap. But the one reality that you can't get past is that far less people are watching this than even shows like, I believe, Andor. I mean, Andor was a decent show. I wouldn't really call it a Star Wars show, but it was a decent, entertaining show, and practically nobody watched it. So this kind of ties into this rumor that's going out there now. Once again, it's apparently Kathleen Kennedy's getting fired season, so put on your tinfoil hat here. Apparently, WDW Pro, who's one of these insider rumor guys, has come out and said that there's a time frame, a timeline for Kathleen Kennedy exiting, and it's apparently sometime in August or October. Who knows? Basically, it's that once again, she's done enough damage that she's going to leave on her terms, but that basically time's up. Her contract's not going to get renewed. She's going to exit by 2024. I don't know. But my big question about this entire thing is, what does it even matter at this point? Because honest to God, this woman, yes, is responsible for a lot of the damage done to this franchise. A franchise that I grew up on, loved it, read all the books, was excited for the prequels, didn't like the prequels, even though I went and saw them at the midnight showings. But, I still watched them because it was Star Wars. And now people are still spinning these rumors out there that she's gone. She's gone. Okay, we can finally take, solace in the fact that Star Wars is saved because she's gone next year. And it doesn't even matter. Let's say she is. It doesn't matter because shows like Ahsoka, shows like, hell, even Andor had little bits here and there where things are changing the actual canon of Star Wars, of both the originals and the prequels, to the point where it doesn't matter if Kathleen Kennedy's gone or not. The entire series with the sequel trilogy has been subverted. They chose to go with the sequel trilogy instead of the EU. I mean, George Lucas decided to go with the prequels instead of the EU back in the day. But at least it was still his canon. Now it's like, guys, the story isn't even recognizable anymore. It's not Star Wars. It's not Luke Skywalker. It's not the Skywalker saga. It is the Force is female, and it's a bunch of characters that, whether you like it or not, they're the new replacement. They're already spinning Ahsoka as the replacement for Luke Skywalker. So, unfortunately, I think Kathleen Kennedy being fired or not is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Ahsoka doing poorly is just one more sign that Star Wars is not just subverted, but even the people who care don't even care anymore. So let me know what you guys think down below. Is Star Wars gone? Is it too late to be saved? I think personally it is. I'm happy to just go back and read the books, watch the original movies, and say screw all the rest of this stuff. But you let me know what you think down below. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you on the next one.